We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. EFCC operative commits suicide at his residence in Abuja. Rivers State Police Command arrests commander of a local vigilante group with 2 human skulls and other parts at his hideout in Omoku, headquarters of Ogba Egbema Ndoni local government area of the state. Popular American television host Nick Cannon gives reason for the $10 million insurance policy on his testicles. I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. Sokoto State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Honorable Nasiru Muhammad Binji, has said that no traditional institution has the constitutional power to appoint or depose any traditional ruler. Binji made the remarks this Tuesday at a public hearing on a bill to amend the Sokoto State Local Government Law of 2009 held at the mini chamber of the State House of Assembly. He said, according to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the power to appoint or dethrone any traditional ruler, be it district or village head, lies on the powers of the executive directly or indirectly. The only person who exercises the executive powers of a state is the executive governor. The power to appoint or dethrone any district or village head is the prerogative powers of the executive, as spelled in Section 5, subsection 2 of the Constitution. Section 17, subsection 1 of the Nigerian Constitution provides advisory role only to traditional institutions, that is, to advise states and local governments on cultural and chieftaincy matters in their respective states. Binji said the Sokoto state government is trying to set records straight based on the constitutional provisions and avoid aged-long tradition where the Sultan appoints and dethrones traditional rulers in the state, as it is becoming inconsistent with the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution, adding that if amended, the new law will pave the way for effective monitoring and supervision of activities of district and village heads in the state. Meanwhile, former member of the National Assembly, Dr. Balaribe Shehu Kakale, acting on behalf of the Sokoto Indigenous Association, urged members of the State Legislative House to quash the bill, saying it is political and lacks the support of the majority of the state indigents. He said his association would not support any attempt to suppress the powers of the Sultanate. Honorable Kakale, however, advised the legislative on how to enact a separate law for the already established Sultanate Council. The Rivers State Police Command have arrested the commander of a local vigilante group identified as Felix Nwaubakata with 2 human skulls and other parts at his hideout in Omoku, headquarters of Ogba Egbema Ndoni local government area of the state. Also, the police said its operatives, in a clampdown on the excesses of vigilante groups operating in the state, arrested 7 other members of the local security outfit for sundry crimes, including murder. Spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Iringe Koko, disclosed this in a statement issued in Port Harcourt, the state capital, this Wednesday. Iringe Koko said Nwao Bakata, who is the commander of the ONE-LGA Security and Peace Advisory Committee, codenamed OSPAC, was a principal suspect in the murder of two brothers in Idu in Ogba Igbema Ndoni local government area of the state on May 1, 2024, on the allegations that they were kidnappers. The arrest of Nwao Bakata and other OSPAC members followed numerous complaints about their operations in different parts of the state, especially in Ogba, Egbema, and Ndoni local government, saying the operatives of the outfit recently attacked a police division in Omoku and clashed with other security agencies. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Police Command has reiterated its commitment to carrying out its duty of protecting lives and property, adding that it will not tolerate any act of illegality, excessive use of force, torture, fraudulent conversion of properties, and other varying forms of criminality by the OSPAC or any other vigilante outfit. The State Police Commissioner, Olatunji Disu, said that while recognizing the relevance and importance of these vigilante groups in the community policing system, the command will keep engaging and synergizing with these groups on what is expected of them and their limitations. Moving over to Lagos State, Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has secured the conviction and sentence of two internet fraudsters, Rauf Rokib Abayomi and Ode Godspar, before Justice Deinde Dikbeolu of the Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos. The suspects were arraigned on June 28, 2024 on separate charges bordering on internet fraud, contrary and punishable under Section 22, Subsection 3 of the Cyber Crimes Prohibition and Prevention Act 2015, which the accused persons pleaded guilty after prosecuting counsel Sisi Okezie through the investigating officer Oyinda Abdullahi reviewed the facts of the case and tendered documentary evidence against them. Delivering judgment on July 1, 2024, Justice Dikbeolu convicted the suspect and sentenced the first accused, Rauf Rokib, to 6 months imprisonment with an option of fine of 50,000 naira, while the second accused, Godspar, to 2 weeks imprisonment. Now, an operative of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is said to have committed suicide at his residence in Abuja, the nation's capital, on Monday. It was gathered that the deceased, whose identity has not been revealed, was a member of Course 5 of the Anti-Graft Agency's Academy. Speaking on the incident, the EFCC spokesman, Dele Oyewale, said an investigation was underway to determine the circumstances surrounding the sad incident. Oyewale said the commission would not issue any statement or release the operative's name, pending the conclusion of the investigation. He added that the agency was exploring possible factors, including mental health and family challenges, that may have led the operative to committing suicide. And may his soul rest in peace. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, is currently facing its biggest economic crisis in decades, with the number of impoverished citizens on the rise. The pressure from the current hardship has led to an increase in depression, which is often marked by mood swings, intense sadness, anxiety, and loss of interest, among others. In recent times, the country has witnessed a tremendous rise in the number of suicide cases, and studies have linked depression as the leading cause. According to Angela Brown, a nurse, life coach, and motivational speaker, in an exclusive interview with Clearview News Desk, it is possible to overcome depression with the right information and effective collaboration from all stakeholders to address the growing issue. The report. Across the world, depression has grown to become a major public health problem, with 322 million people suffering from this disorder and about 7 million in Nigeria. Depression is a common mental disorder that is often marked by a loss of interest or pleasure, decreased energy, feelings of guilt or low self-worth, leading to impairment of an individual's ability to function and carry out everyday tasks and responsibilities, and could lead to suicide. According to reports, about 7 out of every 100 men and 1 out of every 100 women diagnosed with depression in their lifetime will go on to commit suicide. In 2022, no fewer than 79 persons committed suicide in Nigeria, with Lagos ranking highest with 12 suicide cases, followed by Oyo 10, Kano 4 in Anambra, and 3 cases in Edo, Delta, Ogun, and Rivers states respectively. Chronic depression affects about 20% of Nigerian heads of households, according to the most recent results of the Nigerian General Household Survey Panel. In Nigeria, the causes of depression are diverse, ranging from economic challenges to social issues. In recent times, Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, has been battling with one of its biggest economic crises in decades, with the number of impoverished citizens on the rise. The free fall of the naira and an alarming surge in the cost of living caused the rise from 89.8 million at the beginning of 2023 to 104 million, according to the World Bank Nigeria's Development Update report. Mental health experts and advocates have warned the present situation is having an impact on anger, anxiety, stress, and depression levels in the country. In an interview with Clearview News Desk, Angela Brown, a nurse, life coach, and motivational speaker, speaks on early warning signs of depression and how individuals and society can come together to address the issue.
To know that you're really depressed when you really don't have the zeal to do anything anymore, nothing really matters to you. You feel you shouldn't be in this world. You feel there's no self-worth. You feel there's nothing you can contribute to yourself or to any other person. You know, that's really like the end of it. That's when people start thinking, I'm better if I'm not here, or I'm better not to be around people, you know. So when you start noticing that you're really not able to be yourself anymore, you really need to get help. And people, friends, family members, if you notice this, it's just a simple, how are you? How are you doing? Make sure that you actually, you know, reach out to friends, find out how they are. Because in so doing, you will be able to make a difference, you know. And we need to create this awareness on mental health. Teach the young kids, you know, teach them everything they need to know about recognizing these signs and symptoms in their peers, like mental health first aid, like the WHO has. So we need to really get together and create this awareness strongly, you know, and very, very timely. We need it now. Depression, yeah, you can really get out of it with therapy and also with medication and also with coping skills.
She also advocated for more action from government and relevant stakeholders in improving Nigeria's mental health sector so as to address the growing mental health issues in the country.
I think we really need to take a step back and recognize that we have a problem, and that a lot of our youths and a lot of the people here are struggling with mental health related issues. And we really need to do something about it. We really need to have the conversation regarding mental health and take it very seriously. Just like we have conversation about governance, just like we have conversation about other things, mental health should be a forefront conversation. It should be now. Final words to viewers, young people, adults, do not be embarrassed if you're struggling with issues regarding your mental health, depression, any kind of issue. Let's have the conversation. I promise you, it will be better. Just let's have the conversation.
Always remember your mental health consists of your psychological, emotional, and social well-being, having significant impact on every area of your life. Having positive mental health allows you to effectively deal with the daily stress of life, communicate well with others, make healthy decisions, and live life to its fullest.
Self-care is how you take your power back.
Now, the debate on whether women should take their partner's last name after marriage has sparked intense discussion across social media platforms. In a street survey conducted by Clearview's Florence Joshua, Nigerian men and women share their opinion on this controversial topic.
In the past, changing one's surname after marriage was a widespread tradition in Nigeria. However, recent trends show a growing number of women opting to retain their maiden name or hyphenate their last name with their husband's name, believing it should be optional for women to change their names as it is a personal choice that affects their identity and career. While some women argue that changing one's name after a divorce can be a complex and emotional process, especially if children and businesses are involved, the men folks insist the women should discontinue using their husband's name in the case of divorce.
If you get married to somebody, we women, is like when you get married, it's like you have been sold. Your family, they've sold you off. So there's no point getting married and somebody has paid your bride price. It's not as if he's still owing your family and you are not bearing his name. As for me, once I get married, I'm going to drop my parents' name, my father's name rather, and I'll pick my husband's name. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I know a few other, celebrities that are divorced, but are still, they still answer their husband's name. Understand? So to me, I don't feel it's because he wants her to drop the name. Of course, they are divorced. I do not see any need for the Zenny to still bear Madweke, understand, because they are divorced. And if he's coming out to say he wants her to drop his name, yes, please, she should drop it. And I do not also think it's about the name. I think it's just the saga trailing the couple. So that's it for me.
I think there are no issues there when I get married and a woman wants to take my name. And if she does not want, she would not. But the way the society is structured, it's expected that the woman takes the husband's name after the marriage. So there are no issues there. This is the proper way.
Several celebrities, including Tina Turner, Faith Hill, Sophie Alakija, Fathia Balogun, and Demi Moore, have retained their husbands' surnames after divorce. While some have been accused of stealing their husbands' names, others see it as a personal choice. In Nigeria, there is a cultural expectation for married women to adopt their husband's name, home, ideologies, and even states of origin. However, many women argue that this expectation is outdated and conflicts with their personal identity and heritage.
She dropped the name now. There's nothing that associates both of us again. So she does not have any right to use my name. What if she's a hardened criminal or she has a court case or something against her? So now it is now tarnishing my own name. Do you understand? That's just it. What if she remarries? Will she have to use my name? So she just has to drop it. I'm actually with the husband because now she has a lot of corruption charges against her. Now the name, naturally, I did not know the husband name was Alison Madweke. It was when I saw it on news yesterday, I knew it was Alice. So naturally the name has been associated with her. It has become a brand. And while becoming a brand, it has spoiled his own name, his own business, and the rest. So it is actually a good thing for him coming out to say she should drop the name.
That my name, if she see answering my name, that means we are still together. And anywhere they mention that name, people will know, I know someone that is answering that. Maybe they see her as bad person there. Well, there is some things our people say. People that answer this name, we know them with good character. Why your own different? So that's why I will not allow her to answer my name after divorce.
Everything, it boils down to, is it agreement and understanding between you and your partner? If I get married today, God forbid, does not forbid anything, maybe my husband is no more, and I get married to somebody else, I am answerable to that person. So if he says drop the former name, there's no I will not drop it. I will drop because that one is no more, is not alive and is not the one taking care of me. So is this one that I am answerable to? So I will drop. I don't see anything wrong. It's not something we should debate on. It's not an issue to me.
The debate also raises questions about gender roles and political assignments. Some argue that women are just as capable as men in leadership positions, despite cultural and societal bias. The decision to take or retain one maiden name after marriage is a personal choice that sparks intense debates. As Nigeria progresses, it is essential to recognize and respect individual preferences and challenge outdated cultural expectations. Florence Joshua reporting for Clearview News Desk.
If you are just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Welcome back. News of the postponement of token allocation of the popular Tap to Earn app, which was launched on February 15, 2024, has been met with mixed feelings among users. It was gathered that the token exchange event, which was originally scheduled for July 1st by the company's management in a series of threads on its X handle, has been postponed to the third quarter of the year to ensure better service for its users. However, the news has created mixed reactions among users who have been actively mining the coins since the app was launched. Clearview News' Emefion Okon tells us more.
The app, which required users to repeatedly tap the icon in the center of the Telegram Tap Swap bot screen to mine coins, recently gained popularity among Nigerians tapping on their phone screens in pursuit of financial earnings, and has attracted over 50 million users globally since it was launched on February 15, 2024. In a series of posts on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Monday, the company's management shared both bad and good news with its players. According to the company, the decision is part of a broader strategy to engage in discussions with Tier 1 exchanges globally to ensure appropriate pricing and protection from scammers. Despite the delay in the distribution of its tokens, some users who have been actively mining coins since the app was launched said their expectations still remain high.
That's 1st of July everybody were expecting for them to launch was not actually a listing date. So the listing date is what we are actually waiting for from the projects themselves. So we've not gotten a concrete information from them on when they are going to. They just say we should keep mining. And to me, I feel I'm not sad that they postponed it or whatever. I just feel it's an opportunity to get more. One thing about crypto projects is they want more people.
This tax swap, they just say they will launch it on July 1st, but they say it's going to be open on July 1st. But we need to be patient with them because next month, most of the, like many of them will launch, and it's going to make people. I pray that the only prayer I pray now that when the government allows do this, because we're keeping up on government. We're not going anywhere.
I felt the launch was, close by. So now the postponement came as a huge shocker. Understand? I'm not giving up hope. I'm still going to continue mining because you never can tell what would happen.
I think it's still the same. I don't feel bad about it because this is not the first time they list an app on cryptocurrency and they've not launched it. Sometimes it takes a whole lot of years of planning and listing again, and so it's a whole lot of process.
However, while many Nigerians join other miners across the world to mine with benefit in mind, others see it as a waste of time.
I just feel, a lot of people are tapping and it's really stressful. I don't think I have the time and energy to keep tapping even while I'm working. But there are other mine coins that a lot of people put in energy and time that still didn't make sense. So I just don't want to take the risks. I feel it's a long haul to wealth.
It's quite time consuming because I see them even during work hour. I see some people doing it. And the one that is most strange to me is seeing people even in church tapping their phones, and I'm like, this thing is serious. But of all the people I know, I've not seen anyone that have cashed out of it, so I don't believe in it.
Meanwhile, the app company has encouraged its users to remain optimistic about future development and expressed gratitude for their support and feedback. Imefonokun reporting for Clearview News.
Popular American television host Nick Cannon has disclosed the reason for the $10 million insurance policy on his testicles. The father of 12 explained that he insured his testicles because they are his most valuable assets. In an interview, Cannon said he took the decision because other celebrities, especially athletes, were also insuring valuable body parts like legs. I had to insure my most valuable assets, he said. According to him, he's just making sure nothing goes wrong with his testicles, even though he doesn't have plans to expand his family anytime soon. In June, TV personality Nick Cannon, father of 12, had taken an unconventional step to secure his future by insuring his testicles for $10 million. The star partnered with men's personal care company Dr. Squatch to assess and protect his assets using Dr. Squatch's ball valuation tool. Nick Cannon, who is 43, evaluated his testicles on various factors. The assessment led to the establishment of a substantial insurance policy. Now, that is interesting. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories.
An operative of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is said to have committed suicide at his residence in Abuja, the nation's capital, on Monday. The deceased was a member of Course 5 of the Anti-Graft Agency's Academy. The Rivers State Police Command have arrested the commander of a local vigilante group identified as Felix Nwaoko Bakata with 2 human skulls and other parts at his hideout in Omoku, headquarters of Ogba Egbema Ndoni local government area of the state, this Wednesday. We also told you that popular American television host Nick Cannon has disclosed the reason for the $10 million insurance policy on his testicles, saying they are his most valuable assets.
You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.
We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.